plan. Then I met Mitt Romney. He helped make it come alive. Now, Mitt was an unusual guy. He had already enjoyed great success in Bain & Company, but he knew the value of a dollar. When I told him about Staples, he got really excited at the idea of us saving a few cents on paper clips. Funny thing, but I ask you, who would make a better president? Someone who knows how to save a dollar on pens and paper, or someone who knows how to waste $535 million on Solyndra? The truth is, Mitt was not a typical investor. He was a true partner. Where some saw an unproven new business, he saw a store that could save people money. He recognized that efficiency creates consumer value. And he never looked at Staples merely as a financial investment. He saw the engine of prosperity it would become. Today, Staples employs nearly 90,000 people. It has over 2,000 stores, over 50 distribution centers, and is part of a competitive industry that helps entrepreneurs and small businesses get started on their own. For me as a founder, it was the realization of a dream. So you can imagine my dismay when I see this White House and their campaign demonizing Mitt Romney, demonizing Bain Capital, and demonizing the private equity industry that has created so many new jobs. Over and over again, fiction, half-truths, and downright lies. Now, you have to ask yourself, why would an administration that can't create any jobs demonize someone who did? I've got a theory. I think when it comes to jobs, new businesses, and economic growth, they just don't get it. You know, they say Mitt Romney is out of touch with ordinary Americans. They just don't get it. The night before we opened the first store, I asked our people to do back-to-back all-nighters. That's when I got a phone call from Mitt. He wanted to come over and talk with the team and spend some time with them. And he told me in very clear terms, Tom, this business is all about the people. But this Obama-Biden campaign, they just don't get it. They will tell you that private equity is focused only on the short term. Tell that to the founders of Bright Horizons Daycare, a company that has transformed corporate daycare. Most people didn't give the business a chance. It went 5 straight years without making a profit. But Mitt and Bain Capital stood by them. Mitt and Bain Capital believed in the vision, and they understood how important it was for women to join the workforce and have on-site daycare for their children. It was an overdue revolution in the American workplace. Today, that company employs over 19,000 people. But President Obama and his friends, they just don't get it. The Obama campaign will tell you that Bain Capital was a form of vampire capitalism. Drain the blood from a company and move on. They just don't get it. You know, where were they when Mitt stayed with Staples for 15 years, long after Bain Capital had sold its stock? Where were they when Bain Capital helped start Steel Dynamics, when most people had given up on the American steel industry? 18 years later, that company employs 6,000 people. But this administration, they just don't get it. You know, they've got a job council that never meets, a Democratic Senate that doesn't act, a president who doesn't believe, and a vice president who just can't stop talking. They just don't get it. And you know, they don't get it because they don't believe in the spirit of the entrepreneur. They don't understand what it means to risk money to create something new. And they don't understand the hard work it takes to get a business off the ground, the sacrifices you make, the Little League games you miss. They don't see this as a country of opportunity where someone like myself, the son of immigrants born in Newark, New Jersey, and proud of that, Governor Christie, can live the American dream. Well, let me tell you, my friend Mitt Romney gets it. And I could not be more confident in saying the American people get it. That's why this November they will elect Mitt Romney as the next President of the United States.
It takes a lot of courage for any venture capital entity to invest in a brand new American steelmaking entity, you know, in the 90s or at the turn of the millennium here. Because most people viewed the American steel industry as in a state of decay, globally non-competitive, going by the wayside. Who in the world would take that leap of faith and would invest